Right now on Apple Valley News Now, live at 6.
On this 24th anniversary of the attacks on September 11, 2001, you will hear how local residents respond as we ask what 9/11 means to them.
Then a growing need for food assistance among students, how Columbia Basin College is adapting their pantry in response.
Plus, we will tell you, all new at 6, about an event that is tough enough to wear pink while supporting breast cancer patients and survivors.
And here is a live look now from our Skycam network out in Yakima. We have meteorologist Hayden Nix in for Stacy Lee tonight, tracking temperature trends across the region. The news at 6 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us on this day of remembrance. I'm Wendy Redmond.
Hi, everybody. I'm Austin Reed. It is a Thursday.
As we mark the anniversary of September 11th, we wanted to see if people who were out and about at Howard Amon Park in Richland were thinking about the attacks.
Wendy, the short answer, yes. And as I found out, it didn't matter how old they were. Drake, so where were you on 9/11?
I was in New Roads, Louisiana.
And when you heard the news, what went through your head?
I didn't quite know what had happened. I think I was in kindergarten. Yeah, I was pretty young. And we saw it on TV happen.
My name is Les Matthews.
And Les, you lived in Pennsylvania on 9/11, is that right?
That's correct.
So tell me, on this 24th anniversary of the attacks, what are your thoughts?
It's a sad day, but it's a positive day because now I think America's more planned for any kind of attack. I think they got kind of soft, but now I think eyes are open and they're always prepared.
You both were not alive on 9/11, is that right?
That's correct. I was born in 2004.
2004. What do you know about 9/11?
I mean, a lot. I've heard a lot about it because people talk about it a lot. So we learn about it in school and everything.
And you are visiting the Tri-Cities from La Grande, Oregon today. 9/11, it's been 24 years. I want to start with you. What were you doing?
I had just got up with my children, getting them ready for school, and I flipped on the TV to, while I was making breakfast, and that's when I saw it. And I immediately got on the phone and started calling my friends to tell them to turn on the TVs.
You've got the American flag on the lanyard, and even your shirt today. Was that planned for 9/11?
Yeah. Yes. I just don't want anybody to forget.
Across Washington State and Oregon, along with the rest of the country, flags were ordered to be flown at half-staff today. Coming up new at 6:30 tonight, our Dan Hansen will take you to a ceremony that took place earlier this morning in Kennewick. Switching gears, time to talk weather. Meteorologist Hayden Nix filling in for Stacy Lee tonight with a first look at your forecast.
Yeah, we've seen cooler temperatures this week, and everybody wants to know, are they going to last and what's going to happen as we head on into the weekend, just approaching pretty soon. Let's check in with Hayden.
Well, we're still tracking shower activity across the area at this time. Most of it, though, is concentrated in the blues here. Everywhere else off towards the northwest, back towards here in the Tri-Cities, it is a clear afternoon, but overall we're still tracking a good bit of isolated shower activity moving across the blues and even seeing some lightning there. And we're watching that closely for any kind of concerns with lightning fires, but hopefully providing some much needed rainfall in that area. We are beginning to see the winding down phase of this current weather pattern we're in right now, with the overall rain chances down to less than 10% for most locations outside of the Blue Foothills and the Blue Mountain Pass. Lower Columbia Basin also at 10%. So we're going to keep it dry here for Yakima, Tri-Cities, Hermiston, Walla Walla, and Ellensburg, with readings down into the 60s by 10 p.m. For tonight, we will see those temperatures cooling into the 50s and some 40s. Tomorrow, warming into the 70s and 80s area-wide. As we continue into this weekend, we are going to see another round of rainfall coming in, so don't give up on it just yet. We'll talk more about it in a little bit.
All right, Hayden. New details now in the fight against food insecurity in Yakima. Second Harvest is partnering with 2 local farmers to help ensure no one goes to bed hungry.
All new at 6 now, Apple Valley News Now's Monique Garcia shows us how this powerful partnership is making a real difference, one harvest at a time.
By joining forces with local farmers like Yakima Nation Farmers and Imperial's Garden, Second Harvest is able to deliver fresh, locally grown produce to people in and around our region.
Support 280 agencies in eastern Washington and a little bit of Idaho through these donations. So this food goes out to all of those. There we have a mobile market program where we have several trucks go out into the rural community with this produce, about 10,000 pounds worth of donated food. Most of it is produce, fresh produce. So making that impact in the rural community, I think really is impactful.
What drives this partnership is the powerful impact it makes locally.
This partnership with Second Harvest is really special. It's something where we're able to provide food to the community throughout our traditional territories, and so working with that for hunger relief and having something that's centralized here in the eastern part of the state is really special, and I think it's really beneficial to our communities.
Manuel Imperial, co-owner of Imperial's Garden, shares the heart of their mission.
People need food. And food are getting more expensive, and it's more expensive. There's nothing go around them, and people need it. Family needs them, and there's a lot of produce that we grow that we usually waste. Instead of wasting it, we give it back to the community.
Giving back is at the core of farming for Imperial's Garden.
Well, that's the biggest thing at the farm. That's what the purpose of the farm. When me as a local farmer, it should impact the whole community. The Northwest should be impacted with local farmers like myself.
At Yakima Nation Farms, donating food to Second Harvest creates a ripple effect of well-being across the community.
And so having a happy, healthy, thriving local community means that we have a happy, healthy, thriving economy. We have folks that can go out and do work. We have folks that can go out and participate and be part of the community. If we did not have the ability to keep food within the system here in the east side of the state, it would very much impact the entire footprint of what we're looking at for just the community in the east side.
Yakima Nation Farms honors the tradition and legacy of providing food locally with their farm, a commitment that continues to nourish their community. Reporting in Yakima, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
Second Harvest says last year they received 1.3 million pounds of donated food from Imperial's Garden alone. From Yakima Nation, they received nearly 400,000 pounds of fresh food.
Staying in Yakima and new at 6 now, a new roundabout in the city is opening tomorrow, 2 months ahead of schedule. So starting at 3 p.m., drivers will be able to use the new roundabout at 72nd and Washington Avenue. The project was funded entirely through state grants. The city is reminding drivers to take it slow. Construction is basically done, but crews may still be out there, so just watch for some slight delays.
It is Roundup Week in Pendleton, Oregon, and today marks the rodeo's 19th annual Tough Enough to Wear Pink Day. The campaign helps support breast cancer patients and survivors by asking rodeo attendees to wear pink and make purchases that benefit charity. All proceeds at the Roundup will go to St. Anthony Hospital's Cancer Clinic and the Kickin' Cancer New Beginnings program. The event also features a cancer survivor walk that gives survivors a chance to be recognized by the rodeo crowd.
It's just a really powerful, moving thing that we get to do each year, and it grows each year. And we just invite anyone to come out next year's Roundup, which is going to be our 20th anniversary of Tough Enough to Wear Pink at the Pendleton Roundup.
Since the campaign started, again, nearly 20 years ago, it's raised close to $500,000 for cancer patients and survivors. Up next, we'll tell you about the health battles that continue for many survivors of 9/11 decades later.
And it is still very smoky and hazy across the Yakima Valley. Meteorologist Hayden Nix is back with a full look at your first alert forecast as we are getting closer to that weekend. Stay right here.
This fall, make your home warm and welcoming and ready for everything the season brings during the Fall Savings event at Walker's Furniture. Turn comfort into savings for those chilly nights. Add the perfect immersive home theater sofa or get your home holiday ready for family and friends with 5 years special financing available and no money down. Fall savings are here with big discounts so you can enjoy your new furniture all season long. Don't miss the Fall Savings event at Walker's Furniture, where quality just costs less.
Right now, US Cellular makes it easy to switch and to get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
No trade-in? But we're willing to trade in our teeth.
Nope, you don't have to trade your teeth in or an old phone.
I like that.
Yeah, your parents get an amazing deal.
I almost lost this one.
Yeah, you get to leave your tooth under your pillow.
For me, it's Tooth Fairy time.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
Hi, I'm renovation expert Scott McGilvery. I know bath remodeling, and I've seen all the gimmicks. Buy now, half off, free installation. This is why I work with Bathfitter. With 40 years of experience and 2 million installs, I trust their integrity. Bathfitter gives you a fair price and sticks to it with a lifetime warranty. You don't need gimmicks, just a partner you can trust. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Hello, Shelby.
Hello, Mariano.
Upload Mrs. Robinson's case.
Processing.
Is there any new information?
The insurance offer is too low. Should I ask for more?
You know, when they hear from the heavy hitter, they'll pay much more.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Today, too many of us walk away from our primary care appointments feeling rushed and unheard.
We were frustrated too, so we decided to change the quality of healthcare here in the Tri-Cities.
At Primary Care at the PC, we take the time to truly listen. With 1 hour-long appointments, we care about the whole you. You don't have to be a member to be our patient, but once you're here, you might want to be.
Now welcoming new patients. Book your appointments online or call us at 509-783-5465. Primary Care at the PC. Play hard, live well.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
During the Subaru A Lot to Love event at McCurley Subaru, there's even more to love because every new Subaru sold helps grant a wish for a local child through Wheels Make Wishes Come True. Last year, we helped raise over $100,000 for local Make-A-Wish kids. And this year, you can save big while doing something amazing. But don't wait, the Subaru A Lot to Love event and Wheels Make Wishes won't last forever. McCurley Subaru, your way home.
Tampa Bay takes on Houston Monday Night Football at 4 at a special time.
On this day of remembrance, and despite the passing of decades, first responders and survivors are still being impacted by 9/11 related health conditions.
You know, hundreds of thousands of people were exposed to toxins that day and after. Tonight, Mandy Gaither tells us the health battles many continue to face.
Timothy Paul Gilbert,
It's a day of remembrance, but for those who lived through 9/11, there are physical reminders every day.
Started with the breathing and inhalers and stuff like that, and it just progressed over the years.
The CDC says an estimated 400,000 people were exposed to toxins in the days and even months after the attacks. Exposure to these hazards have been linked to short and long-term health problems, including mental and behavioral health conditions like PTSD, depression, and substance abuse, aerodigestive disorders like asthma and sleep apnea. But the most reported health condition, many types of cancer, including non-melanoma skin cancer, prostate cancer, and breast cancer.
Over 50,000 cancers have been linked to exposures at ground zero, an increase of 143% over the past 5 years.
The World Trade Center Health Program helps provide medical monitoring and treatment for conditions certified as being linked to exposures from the 9/11 attacks, giving no-cost health care for those eligible. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
More than 86,000 responders and nearly 51,000 survivors are currently enrolled in the World Trade Center Health Program, but officials believe there are many more people out there affected by 9/11 who are eligible to enroll.
House GOP leaders are preparing to vote next week on a stopgap spending bill. GOP leaders want to keep the government open through November 20th. The White House is pushing for a longer extension into January. The House Minority Leader is pressing for health care protections, including restoring Medicaid cuts and extending Affordable Health Care Act subsidies. As fall quarter kicks off at Columbia Basin College, the need for food assistance on campus is higher than ever.
Yeah, all new at 6 now. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert has more on the issue of food insecurity on CBC's campus in Pasco.
Fall quarter at Columbia Basin College is right around the corner, with classes starting next week. But as students return, many face food insecurity, sometimes skipping meals. That's why CBC launched its food pantry program back in 2019. It started in the college's H building, but last year was moved to a much larger space inside the Student Recreation Center to meet growing demand. College officials say the new location allows for more storage and better access for students.
More room, more facilities for freezers and fridges to get the food out there for students, and so they could come by and more accessibility. So we just saw that need and addressed it at that point.
The pantry receives most of its food from Second Harvest, typically 3 to 4 pallets of perishable and non-perishable items every week. But thanks to a grant, the college has been able to expand its offerings.
Our WEC program, Work First, had a grant the last few years, and we were able to provide items that are not normally received, such as eggs and milk and meat. We actually had a partnership with Knudsen Meats in Pasco for chicken and for hamburger.
Columbia Basin's food pantry plays a vital role for students dealing with food insecurity, and school officials tell me that the volume of students they see on a weekly basis has only continued to increase.
We take logs of every student that comes in to looking for food for each week. Students are limited to using the food pantry once a week, but still the numbers have just been climbing exponentially. So we've been seeing, and I think initially it was just maybe less than 100 students coming by a week when we first opened, and it has just grown to a couple hundred, and it has some spikes throughout the year.
College officials say the pantry remains committed to helping every student because academics should always come first.
Our students, if you're hungry, it's hard to think and be present when you come to class. So we saw this as a need that we could help our students be successful.
Columbia Basin College says it's determined to keep tackling food insecurity so students can focus on learning. In Pasco, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
School officials at the pantry say they also work to connect students with other resources beyond food insecurity.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Hayden Nix.
Well, of course, we're still keeping a close eye on the local wildfires in the area and the ones to our fellow states to the south, as they're still dealing with in California a pretty significant amount of wildfires there. And that is creating some pretty significant haziness in the atmosphere, which this is something we've been accustomed to for the last couple of weeks. But I just want to bring it back up just to talk about how this is going to continue to be a persistent issue in our forecast and for the area until we can get another weather pattern change, which is coming as we continue on into this weekend. So the rainfall activity that we've had earlier this week from one weather system, as it departs, we've got another one on the way that will help with this a little bit. It's not going to be a lot, but hey, we'll take anything we can get. We're still at an 8% containment on the Wildcat fire. Back up to what we're dealing with rain chances. We're going to see a taper off, as I mentioned, as we go into Friday. Saturday down to 0%, but look at what happens on Sunday, up to a 60% chance as yet another system moves onshore. So let's talk about it with the weather pattern here. As we go through the day tomorrow, most of this is going to be focused, if any shower activity does develop, down in the blues, and it's not going to be a lot, folks. But as we go into Saturday, another dry day, but pay attention to what's happening out west. We'll begin to see a low and a cold front associated with it moving onshore. And as it does so, we are going to see an uptick in the amount of moisture being pulled in from south to north, and it's going to give us at least a better handful of showers that will move through the region as we end the weekend heading into next week, where rain chances will once again taper off. So we're going to begin to see more of a limited rain potential, but still one more on the books. For tonight, rain chances, I'll step out and show you, less than 10% for most locations, really locked into the Blue Foothills and the Blue Mountain Pass, where anywhere from 20 to 40% will be possible. Friday's rain chances, less than 10% for most locations, with the exception of Blue Mountain Passes. But look what happens on Sunday. A significant increase in rainfall all across the board for everyone. We'll be watching how that continues to play out over the coming days. But another issue that may come up with this is check out the wind issue with that system as it moves onshore. We are going to see some significant gusts out there. So that will be another part of the forecast we'll have to monitor to see if it's going to exacerbate the issue with the wildfires in the region. We definitely don't want to see that kind of wind movement moving around in the area. Back to the top of the forecast for tonight, we are looking at those temperatures dropping into the 50s and some 40s out there. For Friday, we've got 80s on tap for most locations in the basins and the lower elevations, 70s and 60s elsewhere. Your 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities area shows a 40% chance of rain on Sunday, 77, and it will be windy that day. Yakima, 40% Sunday, just a rogue chance on Monday. Temperatures in the 70s for both of those days. A mixture of 70s and 80s on the maps here. Ellensburg, 40% chance on Sunday. Hermiston, 50% chance on Sunday after having highs in the upper 80s by Saturday. 76 on Sunday, 73 Monday, then low 80s next Tuesday and Wednesday. We could see a brief jump back to near 90 degrees though by next Thursday. Watch out for that. 50% chance for Walla Walla on Sunday for shower activity. We'll have low 70s Monday, upper 70s by next Tuesday.
Thank you so much, Hayden. Coming up next on Apple Valley News Now, live at 6, what would you do if you saw an unresponsive and intoxicated raccoon? Yeah, that's a bit of a loaded question. Not exactly what I thought we were going for here. We'll tell you how one nurse responded, though, when we come back.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Right now at Meredith Furniture, it's a buy one, get one free deal you don't want to miss. Buy one comfy recliner starting at just $599 and get the second one free. Yup, totally free. Tons of colors, loads of styles. Come in and find your favorite. But hurry, deals this good don't stick around forever. Kick back in not one, but 2 recliners. Because one just isn't enough.
Meredith Furniture on South First in Washington, right next to Hobby Lobby. Tamaki Law, voted Tri-City's #1 personal injury firm 6 years in a row.
We live here, we work here.
This is our community. We're not just lawyers, we're your neighbors. When you're hurt, we have your back.
That's why we stand with you every step of the way. Thank you for trusting us.
It is a privilege to serve our community, now and always.
Tamaki Law, again voted Tri-City's #1 personal injury firm.
The celebration might be over, but the red, white, and blue savings continue at More Furniture. It's your opportunity to take advantage of these historic savings before prices go up or your favorite pieces are gone forever. All bedrooms, living rooms, and dining rooms are on sale and include free white glove delivery of your entire purchase. You've worked hard all year. Now it's your turn to relax in style. More Furniture, where everyone buys more furniture for less.
Get ready for adventure with the fun and rugged 2025 Ford Bronco Outer Banks from Price Ford of Yakima Valley. Nob Hill Casino's biggest prize ever. Want to drive it home? Just enter daily at Nob Hill Casino now through Wednesday, October 8th for your chance to win. While you're here, enjoy our 16-lane bowling center, mouth-watering cheeseburgers at the Last Frontier restaurant, cold drinks at the bar, and try your luck with pull tabs and table game action.
We invite you to come visit us at Price Ford of Yakima Valley and Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
During the Subaru A Lot to Love event at McCurley Subaru, there's even more to love because every new Subaru sold helps grant a wish for a local child through Wheels Make Wishes Come True. Last year, we helped raise over $100,000 for local Make-A-Wish kids. And this year, you can save big while doing something amazing. But don't wait, the Subaru A Lot to Love event and Wheels Make Wishes won't last forever. McCurley Subaru, your way home.
Time to check this out. A Kentucky nurse gives a drunk raccoon CPR, saving its life. And no, I'm not making this up. An adult raccoon was actually spotted in the parking lot acting strangely, and it was discovered that 2 of the raccoon's babies were trapped in a nearby distillery's dumpster. They'd been reportedly snacking on fermented peaches used to make moonshine. Misty Combs was able to get one of the critters out, but the other was just unresponsive. She removed the inebriated animal by the tail and started chest compressions. And with her life-saving efforts, that raccoon eventually started breathing again.
Body cam video from Chesterfield Township Police shows the tense moments first responders rushed into a burning house. Check this out. When fire crews arrived, thick black smoke and flames were visible and the desperate search began. Officers can be seen crawling inside along with firefighters to save the homeowner trapped inside. And they're going to go in here in just a second. You know, firefighters and police found the 76-year-old homeowner gasping for air and fighting for his life. The homeowner was rushed to the hospital. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
Wow. Well, still ahead in our 6:30 half hour, we'll tell you how the Giza Carousel of Dreams is honoring the lives of 9/11 victims.
Also ahead, meteorologist Hayden Nix will have a full look at your first alert forecast. Here's a live picture from our Dust Devil Skycam in Pasco. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome to the Fall Savings Event at Walker's Furniture, where we get to showcase our new looks of fall furniture items that just arrived at big savings with 5 years special financing available this week at Walker's.
US Cellular makes it easy to switch. Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
We don't even have to trade in our teeth?
Nope.
I almost lost this one.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
Prosser Memorial Health has received a 5-star rating from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Prosser Memorial Health is one of just 290 hospitals nationwide to receive their highest rating, and one of only 2 critical access hospitals in the state of Washington. For over 78 years, Prosser Memorial Health has provided high quality and compassionate care to our communities served. It's our privilege. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
This season on the Ducklerette.
I'm so excited this year to find the one.
I'm here to win. I'm one of the fastest duck racers in the country.
Who will win this year's 2025 Mid-Columbia Duck Race? Find out September 20th at Columbia Park in Kennewick. The grand prize is a 2025 Toyota Corolla Cross, plus other fantastic prizes. Support our community, lend a hand, buy a duck, and keep the tradition alive. The Mid-Columbia Duck Race, presented by Toyota and Autobahn Auto Care Center.
STCU and Apple Valley News Now continue to honor volunteers by sharing their stories and awarding their charities $1,000 each. If you know someone in Benton and Franklin counties who is making a difference and taking that extra step to make our communities better, please tell us about them today. Just click on Volunteers Count on the Contest tab at applevalleynewsnow.com for the STCU Volunteers Count nomination form. Volunteers Count from STCU and Apple Valley News Now.
Be our guest today and see how much you can save with our latest savings book at Bi-Mart, home of the $5 lifetime membership. Sterilite's 40-gallon wheeled industrial tote is sale priced at $24.99. All ink cartridges are $2 off. Papa Nicholas 80-count single-serve coffee pods are sale priced at $21.99. And save on MD8 Mega Roll bath tissue, sale priced at $6.99. Save store-wide through September 15th at Bi-Mart. Employee-owned for over 20 years.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
Nope. And you get the latest phones.
High five.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90. And we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Welcome to the Fall Savings Event at Walker's Furniture, where we get to showcase our new looks of fall furniture items that just arrived at Big Savings, with 5 years special financing available. This week at Walker's.
Aligned on Q3 learnings.
Welcome back to what should be a thrilling second half.
Tampa Bay takes on Houston Monday Night Football at 4 at a special time on Apple Valley News Now.
Next DT.
Hi, I'm Reese Witherspoon.
And I'm Jen Aniston.
And we are here to spill the tea.
Our exclusive with the morning show duo. Next DT.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Right now on the region's only live and local news at 6:30 p.m., we continue our coverage of the 24th anniversary of 9/11. Our very own Dan Hansen shares how the Tri-Cities community came together this morning to honor the fallen.
Plus, as students return to class in Richland, so does the practice of safety protocols. We'll tell you how the district is prioritizing safety.
That and more right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this Thursday. Austin Reed alongside Wendy Redmond, getting closer to the weekend. We know there's a lot of events as the official end of summer is coming very soon.
Oh my goodness, and these cooler temperatures have kind of been a foreshadowing of that, but will it last through the weekend? Let's check in with Hayden Nix.
Well, we're still tracking shower activity across the area at this time. Most of it, though, is concentrated in the blues here. Everywhere else off towards the northwest, back towards here in the Tri-Cities, it is a clear afternoon. But overall, we're still tracking a good bit of isolated shower activity moving across the blues and even seeing some lightning there. And we're watching that closely for any kind of concerns with lightning fires, but hopefully providing some much needed rainfall in that area. We are beginning to see the winding down phase of this current weather pattern we're in right now, with the overall rain chances down to less than 10% for most locations outside of the Blue Foothills and the Blue Mountain Pass. Lower Columbia Basin also at 10%. So we're going to keep it dry here for Yakima, Tri-Cities, Hermiston, Walla Walla, and Ellensburg, with readings down into the 60s by 10 p.m. For tonight, we will see those temperatures cooling into the 50s and some 40s. Tomorrow, warming into the 70s and 80s area-wide. As we continue into this weekend, we are going to see another round of rainfall coming in, so don't give up on it just yet. We'll talk more about it in a little bit.
To mark the anniversary of September 11th, in the Tri-Cities, the community gathered at the 9/11 World Trade Center Memorial in Kennewick to pay tribute to the nearly 3,000 lives lost.
Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen takes us to Southridge Sports Events Complex, where the ceremony began early this morning.
What so proudly we hailed.
From the first presentation of the colors at 6:30 a.m. to somber moments of silence, the Tri-Cities paused today to remember the lives lost on September 11th, 2001.
It's really just a great symbolization of not only the community effort. There are a handful of people here in the Tri-Cities that went over to New York City, but of course the way it affected our country and the way we just don't want to forget the lives that were lost that day.
Kennewick is one of only a few cities in the nation to receive an actual piece of steel from the Twin Towers. The 35-foot monument was built with the help of local businesses, volunteers, and the community, and has stood since its dedication in 2011. The 3-ton steel beam once used inside the World Trade Center, now it serves as a permanent reminder in Kennewick, not just of the tragedy, but of the resilience and unity that followed.
For some people in our community, especially our young people that were here from TriTech, may not have been even born by the time that event happens, but real proud to see that we're able to continue to celebrate and have this piece of that event here to rally around.
For me, I remember that day, I was sleeping. My father, who's a 30-year law enforcement officer, woke me up and told us we had been attacked. And I just remember watching the video footage and listening to the radio that day and thinking how horrible it was. So to be here and remembering all those that lost their lives is very, very important.
Firefighters rang the bell for what's called a 555, a traditional fire service signal known as the striking the 4 5s, a bell code of 4 sets of 5 strikes used to honor those who died in the line of duty. The ceremony closed with the lowering of the flag and retirement of the colors, a final tribute to the lives lost on September 11th and a promise to never forget. The memorial at Southridge Sports Complex remains open year-round for anyone who just wants to visit, reflect, and remember. In Kennewick, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Just a powerful reminder in our own community. Again, the Southridge Memorial is open to the public all year, giving everyone a chance to pause and reflect, not just today, but every day. In Kennewick, the Giza Carousel of Dreams is honoring the fallen through the weekend. They say their honor horse will stay riderless, adding they are recognizing the sacrifices of those who acted, such as first responders and military personnel. With school now underway, the Richland School District says student safety is a top priority.
Yeah, staff and students practice the standard response protocol each month. 5 drills covering situations like hallway incidents, severe weather, fires, or even serious threats.
The district also uses Parent Square to send families urgent updates via text, email, or through the app during emergencies, reminding parents not to call schools or try to pick up students until it's safe.
Those safety protocols are given to the teachers by the principals before school starts to make sure everybody's on the same page. And then again, we drill those once a month.
Officials say preparation and communication help keep everyone safe.
Turning to local sports, the Richland High School volleyball is leaning on their strong team and really the culture to prepare them for success this season.
Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable brings us inside the Bombers' spirit.
The word team can represent a lot of different things. For Richland volleyball, it means more than just playing the same sport as the person beside you.
Their ability to connect with each other is huge. You can have amazing athletes on the court, but if they don't enjoy being with each other, they don't win. So building that teamwork, the teammanship on and off the court is huge.
The captains echoed a similar sentiment about their team with how well bonded the team is already, something that they said came naturally.
I think we're just really connected. We all really get along. We all really enjoy each other. We all want to play. So I feel like our chemistry is great. I don't think we ever get mad at each other. We don't get mad at each other ever. So it's really great. I love being on this team so much. Yeah.
Head coach Valerie Anderson enters her 4th year at the helm of the program and has prioritized reshaping the values of being a part of the Bombers team.
I love seeing the culture of the program grow. And when I took over, it was a little bit of a different culture, and we've worked really hard to change the face of what Bomber volleyball is. And these girls have done a phenomenal job making it a one big program. Our big saying is one heart, one team, one goal. And we're working as 4 teams under one big program, and everyone is pretty involved.
And they believe that their strong bonds on and off the court will set them up for a strong season.
I feel like it's kind of like really relieving to know that you already have the hard part of like bonding with your team done super early on, so that we can focus like in on the super small details like during games and practices and stuff.
And with the season still in its infant stages, that leaves more time for their skills to grow together. In Richland, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
The Bombers are coming off a season where they went 14-7 and are looking to build off of last season's success. Coming up next here on the news at 6:30, the latest information in the deadly shooting of Charlie Kirk, what officials are now saying about potential new evidence.
And meteorologist Hayden Nix is in for Stacy tonight. He'll have a full look at your first alert forecast. As we've been saying, since 5 o'clock, it is hazy and smoky across the Yakima Valley. We'll be right back.
Josh Cobra, First Alert Weather on Good Morning Northwest from Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
A drunk driver just blew a stop sign and we collided. My vehicle was total. What about the vehicle? How am I gonna get to work? How am I gonna continue taking care of my family? I contacted Tamaki Law and I told them about what had happened. Tamaki made it very simple, very easy. It was a stress relief for me. If you happen to be in an accident, call Tamaki Law.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
The Labor Day sale at Furniture Row has been extended. Shop today, because the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Plus find huge discounts on living, dining, bedroom, and save 30% on our Denver mattress lineup. Check out Doorbusters while they last. And make your cash go further with 60 months, no interest. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. But don't wait. The extended Labor Day sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar, or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
Do it all with Steel Battery.
Now is the best time to save big on over 40 hardworking Steel tools. Hurry into your local Steel dealer or shop online.
Stay busy this summer with the City of Pasco. Enjoy open swim at Memorial Aquatic Park from 1 to 5:45 p.m. every day, with lap swim weekdays at noon, or sign up for swim lessons throughout the summer. Join the all-ages Beat the Heat Run Walk Club on Wednesday mornings to earn entries for an end-of-summer prize drawing. Check out free, family-friendly movies and music at Pasco Parks, plus many more activities and events, all listed online at pascoparksandrec.com.
Welcome back, everybody. The manhunt continues for the person who murdered conservative activist Charlie Kirk.
The 31-year-old died after being fatally shot on the campus of Utah Valley University on Wednesday.
Michael Yoshida has the very latest.
The FBI releasing photos of a person of interest in connection with the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk.
We will not stand for what happened yesterday. We are exhausting every lead.
Wednesday's deadly shooting happened while the Trump ally and conservative activist was speaking to a large crowd on the campus of Utah Valley University.
We didn't know that this was a single shot event. There's been so many mass shootings. Like, that was what was going through my head, is what's going to happen next after that shot.
The 31-year-old Kirk was rushed to the hospital where he later died.
Knowing that they are doing everything that they can to find the person responsible is reassuring.
Cell phone video from the event shows what appears to be an individual in dark clothing on a rooftop of one of the school's buildings. Investigators saying they have surveillance video showing the suspected gunman.
We have tracked his movements onto the campus, through the stairwells, up to the roof, across the roof to a shooting location.
After firing the deadly shot, investigators say the gunman jumped off the building and fled into a nearby neighborhood.
We have recovered what we believe is the weapon that was used in yesterday's shooting. It is a high-powered bolt-action rifle.
The FBI is analyzing the weapon, including, according to CNN sources, cultural phrases written on the rifle and ammunition. In Washington, Michael Yoshida.
And we are hoping to learn more about this even later tonight. Now, the FBI says it recovered footwear impressions and a palm print along with a screwdriver.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Hayden Nix.
Well, of course, we're still keeping a close eye on the local wildfires in the area and the ones to our fellow states to the south, as they're still dealing with in California a pretty significant amount of wildfires there. And that is creating some pretty significant haziness in the atmosphere, which this is something we've been accustomed to for the last couple of weeks. But I just want to bring it back up just to talk about how this is going to continue to be a persistent issue in our forecast and for the area until we can get another weather pattern change, which is coming as we continue on into this weekend. So the rainfall activity that we've had earlier this week from one weather system, as it departs, we've got another one on the way that will help with this a little bit. It's not going to be a lot, but hey, we'll take anything we can get. We're still at an 8% containment on the Wildcat fire. Back up to what we're dealing with rain chances. We're going to see a taper off, as I mentioned, as we go into Friday. Saturday down to 0%, but look at what happens on Sunday, up to a 60% chance as yet another system moves onshore. So let's talk about it with the weather pattern here. As we go through the day tomorrow, most of this is going to be focused, if any shower activity does develop, down in the blues, and it's not going to be a lot, folks. But as we go into Saturday, another dry day, but pay attention to what's happening out west. We'll begin to see a low and a cold front associated with it moving onshore. And as it does so, we are going to see an uptick in the amount of moisture being pulled in from south to north, and it's going to give us at least a better handful of showers that will move through the region as we end the weekend heading into next week, where rain chances will once again taper off. So we're going to begin to see more of a limited rain potential, but still one more on the books. For tonight, rain chances, I'll step out and show you, less than 10% for most locations, really locked into the Blue Foothills and the Blue Mountain Pass, where anywhere from 20 to 40% will be possible. Friday's rain chances, less than 10% for most locations, with the exception of Blue Mountain Passes. But look what happens on Sunday. a significant increase in rainfall all across the board for everyone. We'll be watching how that continues to play out over the coming days. But another issue that may come up with this is check out the wind issue with that system as it moves on shore. We are going to see some significant gusts out there. So that will be another part of the forecast we'll have to monitor to see if it's going to exacerbate the issue with the wildfires in the region. We definitely don't want to see that kind of wind movement moving around in the area. Back to the top of the forecast for tonight, we are looking at those temperatures dropping into the 50s and some 40s out there. For Friday, we've got 80s on tap for most locations in the basins and the lower elevations, 70s and 60s elsewhere. Your 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities area shows a 40% chance of rain on Sunday, 77, and it will be windy that day. Yakima, 40% Sunday, just a rogue chance on Monday. Temperatures in the 70s for both of those days. A mixture of 70s and 80s on the maps here. Ellensburg, 40% chance on Sunday. Hermiston, 50% chance on Sunday after having highs in the upper 80s by Saturday. 76 on Sunday, 73 Monday, then low 80s next Tuesday and Wednesday. We could see a brief jump back to near 90 degrees though by next Thursday. Watch out for that. 50% chance for Walla Walla on Sunday for shower activity. We'll have low 70s Monday, upper 70s by next Tuesday.
All right, especially active for Sunday. Hayden and for Stacy, thank you.
We'll be right back.